Okay, everybody, we're down to Mr. Fantastic and Doreen, and they definitely don't seem to be sad about it. Do you guys? They've been having too much fun out here, and I just, oh, careful, careful, honey. Oh, gosh. See, there's another area. She got her paw stuck in the little thing just now, but they're too excited for their yummies. Okay, so what's on tonight's menu, everybody? Let's see how they like it. They're eating like kings and queens now that all the puppies have gone. They were always eating pretty good, but it's funny. Mr. Fantastic, you don't know, you don't care for it? So it's more of the canned wild salmon, which they loved yesterday. And then this night they've got actually wild rice. Now, normally I would just advocate for just regular white rice, but I mean, rice in general is still good for them, so it's fine. And then, of course, just their Pro Plan. And I sprinkled a little puppy gold this time instead of mixing the whole thing in their regular symbiotics. Mr. Fantastic, you liking it? They might be a little fussy because I gave them some little snacks while we were walking around the yard, but they're just having a blast. I thought they might really miss the brothers and sisters, but again, I think it shows that everybody's kind of ready for individual attention at this time. In a minute, I'll stay out here so we can watch them play because they have been just really having a big time. And before I got them eating, they were out here just ripping everything up and having a blast because I walk them my routine, which again, dogs, I will say a little bit about dogs right now and just dog training in general and knowledge of dogs is just like with kids. Dogs thrive on routines, puppies especially. So, I mean, I'm literally rigid. I will feed them at 6:30, 12:30, 6:30, and if I flex even by 15 minutes, then I try to flex everything by 15 minutes to just help keep them very regular. And the thing is the other routine I have with them now is they look forward to going to explore the world every day with me. At about this time, for about 20 to 30 minutes, we'll walk around the yard. When I had each puppy was getting less time, of course, when I was doing 20 to 30 minutes total with like groups of 3. But now these guys are going to have more time, so they're probably going to be getting hungrier, and they're kind of in that awkward stage, but I'm expecting around 10 to 12 weeks they'll really chunk up. But they sure are beautiful even now with a little bit of tiny puppy gangliness, and they're still an extremely small, I'm going to say extremely small, but like Shaq's puppies were always big, and Willow's puppies have been really moderate sized all the way into adulthood for the most part. We've had a couple of bigger males, but nothing that would be the biggest in the ring, and many that are the smallest nowadays among the girls, so petite and cute, and I'm loving it. But again, I'm not trying to breed. I've seen some smaller, and that is absolutely not what I'm trying to breed for, is so small you can't have puppies, and that's not good. But anyway, I'm thrilled with these guys, and yeah, back to the routine thing. I had to change today. Well, I didn't have to, but I got the great idea that the next step for these two, now that we're down to 2 and all the rest of them will be experiencing it in their forever homes, is it's time for them to be blended more in for the next few weeks, which is hopefully as long as I'll have them, blended into the family. And so what I'm going to be doing is I moved their whole setup that you guys have been seeing on YouTube in the kitchen to the living room. There's plenty of room in there. Luckily, it is a very big living room, and I put them right behind the couch, right, Doreen, right behind the big dogs. Now Daisy can really harass you. Hello. Oh, Henrietta's going to just really have to fly over here from England and get you if she sees that. And look at little ears. I glued little ears over there because we had a wild left one, so he's my only one that I glued. I had what do you call it? Help me. Look at his beautiful cheek pouches coming in, though. Mr. Fantastic, your head could end up being a really beautiful. I thought maybe he was going to have just a little bit more of a narrow head. I don't know, narrow is the right word, but see, look at it. Like, oh, maybe a little more like Daisy's. But I think he's going to end up with more like Willow now that I'm seeing that. But he's just going to grow into his goofy ears, because you can't believe when you look at Asher's baby photos, that's exactly what Asher looked like about 4 months. Big old goofy ears and like nowhere near the head he has now. So they changed so radically. And the potential I saw in Mr. Fantastic was the same I saw in Asher when he was real small. When they sleep, and they're only a few days old, sometimes I can make real snap judgments there, and I think I've been right like 9 times out of 10. with the way they end up turning out. But I never, of course, make my decisions then. It's just I file it in the back of my head a little bit. And yeah, it's amazing how many impressions you can make then. But anyway, tonight they were pretty hungry, it looks like. Yeah, we'll watch them play in a minute because I know everyone will appreciate it. And I still don't want to stop doing these just because I have the two. I am talking to some families Sunday. They're not a show home, but my God, at this point, why do I care? Because I have so many show homes from this group that I can work on. But of course, there's my one special couple that has one of Willie's grandbabies that doesn't know anything about showing, and I think they're still waiting in the wings as a possibility. But more importantly, there's someone very special to me that I'm hoping will consider another puppy. Join Corinne, right? Be crazy like having 5 dogs, but there won't be that many. But it'll be awesome if it happens, because it's the future of our breed is people who really love and care about these guys and can carry on the work that's been put in, and I'm so grateful for people willing to do that. Another thing I like about Mr. Fantastic is they all have this too. Like, look at the bone on Doreen, and yet I think I'm going to get those fortunate, great, tight little feet again. And Mr. Fantastic, he's got big paws. I don't think he has loose feet. I think he just has paws he's going to grow into. See, look though, you guys, they were eating way less. I was telling Anna today when she came to pick up Banjo, and we both agreed that it was probably the competition factor, that there just wasn't that rush to go get the food. They all ate like such champs, and as puppies began to dissipate, they were eating less. But now these guys are eating today more. So I think, again, but you notice it's kind of inspired. As soon as one started going, the other did. And I always separate them into their own dishes now. Honestly, once I'm down to 4, usually I will. But this time I didn't, and I'm beginning to wonder, is there some positive to letting them eat out of the same bowl? And I might just keep with this. They've been such a cooperative, great group already. I mean, I like to experiment and try things, and I like to read books on dogs too and keep up on all my puppy culture stuff. But the truth is that's another lifetime, because when do you find the time to do it? But I think social media wastes a lot of time. I do like to put the dogs on there because it is the only way that we advertise. And that's like a limited audience, as you know. But that takes time, and then once you're tired, you just start scrolling. But I love to read, and hopefully my brain isn't shot from that, which I think we're all getting to that place where, you have to just be disciplined to read, honestly, because it's just so much easier to scroll through social media. But anyway, all right, you little cuties, play a little now, or are you going to be so tuckered out? They were having so much fun in here. The other thing Will noted when we were doing the stacking of little Ivan, and look, Doreen has it too a lot, is that beautiful angulation in the rear. And he was noticing, of course, Asher's strong and powerful rear, right, Doreen, you gorgeous? And that was something we love, and yeah, I'm loving that angulation, so that's always good. Yeah, now she's gonna dig. She's gonna dig herself a little hole. That's where they're used to sleeping, under there. Now, what in the heck does he have? Oh, just a piece of straw. I thought it was a big old stick. You guys digging? They're not gonna quite go at it, I don't think, the way they were. Now look at this, though. I gave them all a bath the other day, and they were gorgeously clean. But with these two, it took me 10 minutes. I literally just put them in the sink. They're so tiny. I put them in the sink, suds them up, and then I move them to the next sink and rinse them. And they both loved it. All the dogs love the bath. And so far, the reports of the puppies in the new home are they loving the water, which I'm not surprised. But see, with the little scratchy and stuff out here, Reenie, I gotta give you a little bath, and I know you're gonna love it. Yeah. Hi, Mr. Fantastic. You look like you have big goofy ears, but it's partly because I glued them, but I think Doreen is going to have nice little tidy ones, aren't you? But I don't think we're going to have any dropped ears at all in this bunch, but I didn't talk to people about gluing, so I will do that when I send you guys a video. It'll be something you just maybe want to do when it goes off on one ear when they're teething. Again, there's no science that says it definitely works. The truth is gosh bless Bill for the one. Emma's puppies had a few dropped ears in there, and he faithfully glued and glued and glued, and I think now we finally have ears on Iggy, but the question is, it might have been done that without even a stitch of glue, but I applaud him for trying, and I did it with Shaq too, and see Shaq's ears still went super high, but you can see right back where that beautiful natural fold is on Doreen's right ear there, that's where you want to put your thin line of super glue. That's all you do, and it literally stays on for about 2 weeks. It doesn't stay on fully, but it stays on enough that it keeps the fold, and what you're trying to do is just expedite the hardening of the cartilage, or I guess maybe even it might be more appropriate to say, but it does kind of expedite it, I think, because it kind of damages that strip, and that's what you want, was cartilage is just like the kind of breaking of the ear there in the right spot. So again, in theory it sounds like it should and would work, so why not keep doing it? Look at them dig like crazy. My mentors told me that they routinely glue in England beginning 8 weeks, so no wonder you guys get dirty. Look at this. I wonder if they're digging themselves a bed to camp out in here in a bit. But as soon as we get done with this, just because we can't have it too little work for Corinne, right? With just 2 puppies, what I'm going to have to do is get them both in, like I said, and put them in the sink and give them a bath. It's about, I don't even know, like, is it about 6:45? So pretty soon it'll be getting dusky anyway, and I'll need to let them in. Oh, yeah, they playing. They playing. Get him, Reenie. Oh. Get him. Get him. And this is just good, pure fun play. Mr. Fantastic, you got your big old butt. Hi, Reenie. Oh, I know. She gonna get him. Girls always win. The girls always win in the long run, Mr. Fantastic. Plus, he's sweet-natured, but oh my gosh, they all are so sweet-natured. That little banjo, they're all just so good-natured. This is kind of fun watching them do this. I definitely think it's so much easier with just a couple that. Look at his face now, though. That's hilarious. You guys are going to be so dirty. When I gave him a bath the other day, it'd been about a week or so since a formal bath, maybe even 10 days, honestly, because I got so busy. I think it was about 10 days. Because, again, Jace is amazing, but she just doesn't as routinely do, because Lexi just knows a lot more about dogs by nature and routinely. And so Lexi would have probably given him a bath when I was in the whatever show I went to with Ash. It was only a day and a half, but I know she would have if she saw they were dirty. So anyway, the water was so filthy, you guys couldn't believe it. So it'll be filthy again. See, that was like a little much. When it gets just too much, we have to be calm. Look at Mr. Fantastic with that gorgeous eyeliner coming out of his left eye, too. I love that all the puppies are going to have those beautiful dots and lines around their eyes. I think I mentioned before. So anyway, here we go, guys. I'm going to get ready to close off because I probably should eat some dinner. But I ate such a late lunch after Anna left that I'm not even that hungry now. All right, say goodbye, everybody. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Hi, Reenie. You're gorgeous. Hello. 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 Hello, everybody. Oh, yeah. Oh, are you kissing? Is everybody kissing each other? Yeah. Yes, I know. All right, I'll hang up.